ساتوی پسروینو داد شهیدانو کور داد باتورانو کور داد باتورانو کور داد باتورانو کور داد باتورانو کور ساتوی پسروینو داد شهیدانو کور داد کور داد باتورانو.
Hello and welcome to RTA News. Thanks for joining us. Let's begin with some updates from Afghanistan and abroad. The Islamic Emirate, in a statement, expressed condolences over the death of Maulavi Ahmad al-Nani, one of the key figures and officials of the various commissions of the Islamic Emirate over the past 20 years. The statement said that Maulavi Ahmad al-Nani dedicated his entire life to serving religion and jihad, made significant contributions during both periods of the Islamic Emirate, and endured many hardships, imprisonments, and difficulties along the way. The negotiations between Afghanistan and Pakistan and Turkey are not progressing due to the Pakistan's unreasonable and illogical demands. In these talks, the Pakistani side asked the Islamic Emirate to guarantee that no attacks would be carried out inside Pakistan. However, the Islamic Emirate stated that the TTP is an internal issue of Pakistan, which emerged before the Islamic Emirate came to power and still exists. Report. The negotiations between Afghanistan and Pakistan in Istanbul, Turkey, have not progressed due to the Pakistan's unreasonable demands. The talks aimed at promoting security and regional stability have so far made no tangible progress because of the illogical and unrealistic expectations of the Pakistani side. During the negotiations, Pakistani representatives asked the Islamic Emirate to guarantee that no attacks would take place inside Pakistan. However, the Islamic Emirate emphasized that the TTP is an internal issue of Pakistan, which emerged before the Islamic Emirate came to power, and continues. In Pakistan, within just 1 month, the fourth member of ISIS has been killed by unknown individuals. These incidents occurred in areas under Pakistan's control, which indicates that their basis of operations is in Pakistan. The Afghan negotiating delegation also emphasized that the Islamic Emirate is committed to ensuring that Afghan territory is not used against Pakistan or any other country. The Islamic Emirate has called on Pakistan to prevent groups such as ISIS from using its territory to carry out destructive operations in Afghanistan, to refrain from violating Afghanistan's airspace, and to separate politics from trade. Officially, the Islamic Emirate has declared that TTP is not present in Afghanistan. If there are any problems or attacks, Pakistan must resolve them directly with TTP. In other words, this is an internal issue for Pakistan. However, since Pakistan has failed to resolve these matters within its own borders, in tribal areas, South and North Waziristan, and generally in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, it reports to deflection and accuses the Islamic Emirate instead. Mullah Abdul Salam Zaif, former ambassador of the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan to Pakistan, wrote on his X page that if Pakistan truly considers dialogue and understanding as the solution to problems, it must take two key points into account. According to him, first, Pakistan should select capable and experienced individuals for the negotiations, and second, it must be ready to act based on a true understanding of the depth of its issues with Afghanistan.
پالیسی پاکستان طوری است که اینا همیشه منافع خود را در جنگ و
Pakistan's policy is structured in a way that it continually seeks its interests through war and regional instability, especially in Afghanistan. Over the past 45 years, it has survived by creating and supporting militant and terrorist groups. I believe Pakistan has no real intention for peace. The second round of negotiations between the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan and Pakistan continued for 4 days in Istanbul, Turkey. However, these talks have so far yielded no results due to Pakistan's unreasonable demands. The Islamic Emirate has constantly emphasized that it seeks to pursue a policy of engagement with all countries, but it will respond mutually to any violations of Afghanistan's territory. Maulawi Badruddin Haqqani, the Islamic Emirates ambassador to United Arab Emirates, met with Chile's Bertrand, the European Union's special representative for Afghanistan. According to the Afghan embassy to the UAE, the two sides discussed strengthening political, economic and regional relations and expanding mutual cooperation. They also emphasized the importance of joint efforts for regional stability. Based on the decree of Amir al-Mu'minin Hafazahullah and the decision of the Supreme Court, 64 prisoners in the Samangan province were granted pardon and sentence reduction. Local officials in Samangan say that among these prisoners, 17 had their sentences reduced, while 47 others were pardoned. Nuruddin Azizi, Minister of Industry and Commerce, with the Kazakhstan's Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of National Economy during his visit to the Kazakhstan country. According to the Ministry of Industry and Commerce, both sides emphasized the expansion of trade relations and the increase of bilateral trade volume and a call for enhanced cooperation in the sectors of oil, cotton, wheat, flour and other food products. The ministry added that both sides also stressed the implementation of the bilateral cooperation roadmap between Afghanistan and Kazakhstan, which aims to increase the trade volume between the two countries to $3 billion per year. Sheikh Mohammed Qasim Khalid, Deputy Minister for Counter-Narcotics of the Ministry of Interior Affairs, met with the Scott-Smith unanimous political chief and his accompanying delegation. According to the Minister of Interior, Sheikh Mohammed Qasim Khalid described the fight against narcotics as one of the Islamic Emirates' priorities, adding that the treatment of addicts, prevention, vocational training, providing alternative livelihoods for farmers, and the eradication of narcotics in the country require international cooperation. Meanwhile, unanimous political chief expressed appreciation for the decree of the leader of the Islamic Emirates on narcotics eradication and praised the efforts made in Afghanistan's fight against drugs. Al Jazeera News has reported that the Israeli regime, following a clear violation of the ceasefire and new attacks on the Gaza Strip, has killed at least 18 Palestinians. These attacks took place after Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu ordered intensified strikes on the Gaza Strip. Maulawi Amanuddin Mansour has been appointed as the new governor of Helmand province and has officially begun his duties. According to the Ministry of Interior, Mr. Mansour praised the sacrifices, jihad and services of the people of Helmand and pledged that he will spare no effort in defending their rights. Mullah Nurullah Nouri, Minister of Borders and Tribes and head of the Border Commission, met with the Kazem Garibabadi, Iran's Deputy Minister of Legal and International Affairs, and his accompanying delegation to discuss improving coordination between the two countries, preventing smuggling and renovating border markers. During the meeting, the Minister of Borders said that the Islamic Emirates is committed to the principles of good neighborliness, mutual respect and sincere cooperation in resolving common issues. Meanwhile, Mr. Garibabadi stated that Iran's technical teams, in coordination with Afghanistan, will take the necessary steps to renovate the border markers. The Ministry of Rural Rehabilitation and Development held a coordination meeting with representatives of the organizations aimed at providing clean drinking water and improving sanitation for the citizens. Mullah Muhammad Yunus Akhundzadeh, Minister of Rural Rehabilitation and Development, said during the meeting that supplying water to citizens is the responsibility of the ministry and that several water supply projects have recently been integrated across the country. He also emphasized balanced development, adding that priority should be given to the provinces that are in greater need of clean drinking water. Afghanistan's under-17 national futsal team advanced to the final of 2025 Asian Youth Championship after defeating Thailand 9-1 in the semi-finals. Earlier, the Afghan futsal team had played 3 matches in the group stage and won all of them. The national futsal team is scheduled to face Iran in the final match on Thursday, October 30. Mullah Nuruddin Turabi, Director General of the National Disaster Management Authority, signed a cooperation agreement worth more than $12,000 during a meeting with the head of relations of the Social Services Organization. According to the National Disaster Management Authority, under this agreement, food and cash assistance will be distributed to needy families in the center and districts of Vadghiz province. The Afghan Red Crescent Society, in a press release, announced that it has distributed more than 37 million Afghans to the needy families in Kunar province. According to the statement, this amount of money was distributed to 1,500 families affected by drought in the Sarkona district of this province. That was all for now. Thanks for being with us. You can follow us online for more updates. Good time.
ساتوی پسرو وینو دا د شهیدانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور ساتوی پسرو وینو دا د شهیدانو کور دا د باتورانو کور